We have also the M12 Locust, which is a weapon that we picked up in Mass Effect 2 on Kasumi's loyalty mission, and it was far and away just an amazing, had to be the best SMG in Mass Effect 2, right? Super accurate by SMG standards. Damage technically slightly lower than the other SMGs, although because it hit way more shots than the other SMGs, damage was, in practice, still much better. In Mass Effect 3, not as much. As you say, Slasher, the biggest fall from grace from the best SMG to not so hot. Yeah, there are definitely several weapons in ME2 that were great, but then became garbage in Mass Effect 3. What other ones are you thinking of? Like, there's the, so in case it wasn't clear, no, we are not going to equip that right now. The Hurricane is definitely better in basically every way, besides accuracy, but also Shotgun Blade Attachment. But what else? The, I'm blanking out of the name, but it's the assault rifle that we used primarily in Mass Effect 2, the Matic. The Matic comes to mind, yeah. Matic Vindicator is also quite good in Mass Effect 2 as well, that's right. And in Mass Effect 3, both of them are questionable.
Creating these husk creatures was our first success. While not true
Was it, though?
husks, they still respond to Reaper signals. More work ahead.
That's a good thing?
We are moving forward.
You sure about that? You sure about that? I mean, I understand trying to create an army of husks, but you would think you would not want them to be reacting to Reaper signals, otherwise you'd be at risk of Reapers just taking over your army, controlling your army rather than you controlling your own army. So that feels like you would probably not want that to happen, unless you are truthfully working alongside the Reapers in full. However, as we've seen here, that's not necessarily the case. Oh, Carnifex as well, potentially. Carnifex was pretty solid in Mass Effect 2. In Mass Effect 3, it's not terrible. Claymore, Widow, Geth Plasma Shotgun. I think all of those kept their punch. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those are all still quite solid in Mass Effect 3.
We're very close. Understanding the indoctrination process is one thing. However, turning it to our advantage is proving to be quite another. This is assembly line science. The sheer brute force of numbers and repetition is doing the thinking for us. Effective, but discovery happens at a pace.
Yeah, that's human experimentation that he's talking about. That's what he's talking about there. And turning them into husks. You know, that's not really the kind of thing that you want to be working on at...
Working for the elusive man.
Not really the kind of thing that you want to have at production scale. That was Miranda saying her father's working for the elusive man. Now that, I mean, I suppose it's pretty much what we were hearing elsewhere, so that shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. Internal memo, streamlining procedures in an effort to streamline our waste elimination process. Yeah, and this whole waste elimination is perhaps taking on a different meaning as well. A high-grade liquefaction compound. Excuse me! Are you serious? Liquefaction of their waste, which we are now pretty certain are the test subjects that do not get Reaper-fied into husks. So, the liquefaction compound has been added to our alkaline hydrolysis disposal systems. Our goal is to ensure that our processing system can meet the expected processing ratios as more subjects arrive at this facility. As a result, personnel must wear level 4 hazmat suits at all times while in the disposal area. Perhaps that's where we're about to head over? And I mean, I guess given the volume, the sheer quantity of people that have come in here that they've experimented on and either turned into husks or failed and need to get rid of. If they didn't have a way to get rid of them, then it would be fairly obvious with the humongous pile of corpses that they were up to no good here. But I guess that's why they go the liquefaction route. Okay, then perhaps we can hear more from Miranda here.
Heavy resistance outside the tower. function established.
Oh?
I have your report on the process, Mr. Lawson. Cut to the chase. Can you do it?
Theoretically, control is possible, yes. The Reaper subjects we converted are responding, but it's difficult to maintain.
I thought that might be the case. Not to worry, Henry. With Sanctuary's help, we'll get it sorted.
Controlling Reaper forces. Is that possible?
I don't know. I'll play the rest of it.
We've done it. We've found a way to co-opt their control signal. As long as the Reaper troops remain in close proximity to our signal, we can maintain control indefinitely.
Excellent news. And how could we extrapolate this technique to apply to the Reapers themselves?
That's a much bigger challenge.
Now we know why the Reapers attacked Sanctuary.
They must have discovered what Cerberus was doing. That's bad news for the elusive man.
But it's good news for us. We finally have our link to Cerberus. Lowering the access ladder. Come on, let's move.
Hold on, Shepard. There's more.
Damn it. I hope she's ready.
Okay, so Kai Lang is here, and it does look like he's after Miranda. Now, I believe we warned her about him, but we may be about to see if she is truly prepared or not. Oh, I was about to say we should save before we go up here, perhaps? Because, we have some friends. I'm afraid we have more friends. And they are right next to us. Hello, friend.
Look for an exit.
There's a lot of spore pods as well. Not sure those are immediate concerns to us. This is a glass wall that's theoretically protecting us, right? I mean, Garrus actually can shoot through it, as can we, if we choose to switch over to the Hurricane. But, I mean, maybe we just take a second.
We're close. Keep going.
Watch it!
Oh! Who was that? That was Garrus? I think there's a Ravager over here that shot him down. Or this Cannibal. Oh, and Barrier Engine. Gotta be some over there. Yep, there certainly are. What happened to Tally? Why is she blocked? I noticed that when we were down in the other room. Where did she go? Tally? Tally just casually abandoned us? And now our only alive, or our only other squad mate has died here? I'm a little confused as to why that has transpired. Tell you what, this might be one of those rare situations where we actually have reason to use Shockwave. Now, we haven't primed this guy. Perhaps it's worth doing that real quick. But now, through the wall, we Shockwave. Detonate. Can we get Garrus? Oh, we can get Garrus from here. That's huge. That Ravager is right on top of us. Garrus, I have a bit of a surprise for you, buddy. He is dead again. Wow, it tanked that. It is trying to get an angle on us, which is concerning. Ooh, that was not the best way for you to move. Just casually use Garrus as a sort of a decoy for us. Where's the... Oh, that's another Ravager. And Swarmers, but let's focus on the Ravager first. That's where one of the barrier engines is. Okay. I'm tempted to take this out, but... Garrus, if you could just, like, casually walk over here real quick. You're on the Javelin right now. I don't think I told you to do that. Don't really think this is a Javelin situation. I think we took out one of these barrier engines with Warp previously, but now I'm not so sure. Never 100% sure how much of a hit those things can take. Thank you, Garrus. Was that a separate one? Yeah, it just casually bounces off. Okay, maybe we should pay attention to the actual enemy that's directly in front of us. Prime it first. Oh, nope. Nope. That didn't count. Okay. Could really use some more damage right now. Okay, hold on. There is another enemy here. Right around the corner, I think. Acolyte off the wall. And onto something. Possibly. Also try not to step in this Ravager goo right now. Enemies throwing grenades at us that I think are safely on the other side of that glass. Okay. I would love to get rid of this thing. Let's get rid of it. Oh, that's not good. That will hit us. Hey, Garrus, buddy. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're not fine. That might have been the most sustained fire we've ever actually used on the Hurricane against an actual enemy other than a barrier engine. There's another Ravager! And it's still getting more barriers from the other barrier engine further down. The list of Ravagers is never ending. Patience. Patience, Grasshopper. Also, Garrus, yeah, if you could maybe poke your head out a little bit, just actually shoot at it. Never mind, it's dead now. Can you please not have barriers right about now? I know you're standing right next to the barrier edge, but still. Alright, we're good. Bad news about overloading barriers? Oh, look, Tally decided to show up. Our biggest problem was just these guys causing problems. Squadmate's getting stuck on the ladder. That was the glitch? Okay. Guys, you have one job. Through. Just don't get stuck on the ladders. Is that really so much to ask? Okay, anything else around here that we'd like pick up? Anything on the... I mean, there's more pods. We did just use some ammo, so getting a little bit more might not be the worst thing. They were spore pods before, now they're gestation pods. I don't think that makes me feel any better about it, though. That one's a spore pod, that one is not. Does that work? It does, I think. Yeah. Does grow also work? Yes, oh, it does create swarmers. Okay. Anything else in here other than just the destructible stuffs? Oh! What's up, dude? How are you? How's it going? Yeah, on ME3, I think it does actually a lot of damage to barriers. I think it actually does more damage to barriers than Warp does. ME2, it does not. But yeah, it's one of those weird things that changes between ME1 and ME2. Now let's see. Ammo. Data research. More gestation pods. Maybe we take those out preemptively. Something up there? Oh. Sure. A sign of more enemies to come. Perhaps. Oh, that's a husk. For a second I thought that was another one of the barrier engines. There's definitely something else up there, though. Let's throws keep on trying to auto-target that. Not sure why. We'll salvage the research for a little bit of monies. There was also a medkit for some XPs. Activate that log. What was it that the throw was trying to target up here? Is there a well-hidden barrier engine? Apparently not.
We have underestimated the strength of the Reaper signal. They are here. The Reapers somehow know what we've learned about them. They have a weakness. I'm compiling our research data to archive before it's too late. Cerberus sent troops to defend the facility against the Reapers.
Okay, so, to clarify, it appears as though the ultimate objective of this whole initiative here on Sanctuary was not so much to create an army of husks and other Reaper-fied enemies as much as it was to find out, or to create them in order to test the ability to control those husks and other Reapers, and then with that information, that knowledge, that ability, transfer that over from the Reapers that you had created onto the actual Reapers themselves and suddenly control the Reapers. So that appears to be the intention behind all this.
Starting command sequence. Releasing husks.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Can't move. What's happening? Oh my god.
Shepard, a way out!
Oh! Callie's just chilling there. Okay. Have we checked down here? Pretty much just looks like empty little area where some enemies were here previously. Were they? The husks, or rather the cannibals that were trying to shoot at us through the glass? Maybe that's what that was all about. Out here? No? Okay.
Shepard, a way out!
Yes. Yes, Garrus. We've already established this. Okay.
This will get us closer to the tower.
Will it now? Oh. Hold on. Oh. Usually those take a lot more hits to actually activate. I think there is a bug here that sometimes triggers. Or occasionally, for whatever reason, you can't make that work. Maybe I'm making that up. Oh, I hear husks.
This way.
Oh. Brute over there. And that might be a Banshee as well. Can we target them? From over here? Hold on. I mean, Hurricane has pretty bad accuracy to be shooting like this, but I think we are hitting it. At least the Brute, technically. You know, probably not the best damage against a heavily armored target. I don't think it's close enough for us to have Garrus target it, which would be our best way of hitting it. But I am curious to see if this is theoretically working. And really our only way of proving or disproving that is if this Brute ever drops dead, which, as I said, with the Hurricane, it's not really its specialty, shooting from range and against a heavily armored target, but this may or may not be assisting us. There's also a little bit of other cover there that may be impossible for us to pierce through. The glass we can. We have a little bit of piercing, I believe, but not enough to go through that thing right there. That is our last clip. Oh, brute. Character drop dead, like, right now when we're about to run out of ammo. Alright. We've experimented. Maybe we will find that if that brute engages with us in the future, it will be damaged. Maybe it won't be. But I'm afraid we have a couple more brutes. There's one right here. And is that a... I don't know if that husk is coming toward us here, but we have another enemy, yeah, marked there. So it's Brute 1 and Brute 2. This one looks much closer, so why don't we prioritize this one? And why don't we proxy mine it first, because we've not yet had the chance to double debuff these guys. Garrus, yeah, you're on the Typhoon. Good. Oh, Tally, why are you all the way over there? Why did you do that, Tally? I did not even realize that initially. But needless to say, you're kind of in trouble right now. This one was going to be the top priority because it was closer to us. I did not realize that Tally was over here by herself. So, thank you, Garrus, for taking that one out. Or at least finishing it off. Okay, maybe this one won't be too tough. Tally, you could probably wait a little bit here. Get some shields back. Okay, now these guys are coming back for us.
Let's get over there.
The brute does not appear to be damaged. Okay, so, you know, maybe it was all for naught trying to hit it from over here. There's a brute, there's a banshee behind it. The banshee is definitely more concerning, but the brute is probably a little bit easier to take out, so see if we can be quick about it and get rid of you. No, now it's definitely banshee time. It is definitely banshee time. Alright, we very much would like to get rid of that warper already. I don't remember if I did or not. Garrus, if you could focus on the banshee, please. Like, preferably right now. Okay, she puts up the shield. But that means it's just time for... Oh, Garrus, the shooter! I was not paying attention. I was too busy looking at her HP to go down to realize that she was using her warp ability, which did hit us, but we can purge our defense matrix to immediately get shields back and prevent the damage over time, so we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're totally fine. Okay.
I see a doorway.
Let's move.
Not this doorway, I don't think. Okay, we have a medkit as well. Pod status, we can activate. Pod status, Pod 1, foreign material present. Pod 2, pod integrity compromised. Pod 3, subject deactivated. Okay, manual override, I guess. Which, now if we head back... Oh, let's also get some ammo since we burned through all of our hurricane ammo. Okay, looks like we're fine now. But... now, I believe after having switched over that pod, we'll find we can activate this and pick up the saber, which is another new weapon. This one has some upsides to it. It's a pretty heavy assault rifle, fires slowly but hits hard, and it's probably not something we're looking to use personally because we are, of course, power-based builds, so we're not trying to bring anything too heavy on Shepard, but it's you know, it's probably not going to beat out the Typhoon. That's hard to do, but it's a solid option. Spicy indeed. Spicy indeed. It's actually a weapon that I've, even in multiplayer, rarely ever used. So, okay. Let's see. I think now there may not be anything else for us to do in here. We picked up that medkit, right? Oh, did we fully reloaded, right? Pretty sure we did. Pretty sure we did. Okay, any more lore-related stuff? Oh. Do we want to activate that? Because I feel like we probably didn't want to activate that. feel like that may not have been the best idea to activate that. Doesn't look like we can go through there. More ammo. Research data to salvage. That's worth a lot. That looks like our main door. Can we go through here? No, we cannot. This might have been where... Oh, yeah. So the route was chilling, like, right here or right here. Or at least was kind of blocked by both of these. So we were trying to shoot through this to hit it with the hurricane. And then the Banshee might have even been in here behind the counter. She's just, manning the desk. Don't mind her. Don't mind her. Okay, so I think, why don't we save here? Then we'll head through. Yeah, we got the saber. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Tower access granted.
Okay. And now, let's head up. Huge chunk of experience.
Get ready.
That didn't sound good. It still doesn't sound good.
Shepard.
Miranda?
Commander Shepard. Excellent timing.
Put the gun down.
No. Oriana tried to shoot me. Miranda's poisonous influence, no doubt.
I'm sorry she missed. Where's Kai Lang?
I don't know. Gone. He took my research and left us here to die.
Miranda, can you hear me?
That's close enough. Both of you. Kai Lang didn't finish the job, but I will.
This ends here.
On the contrary, now that the Reapers are taken care of, we have a way out.
Let her go.
Shepard. Don't let him take her. Shepard, please.
Okay. So. The thing is, of course, we've heard a whole lot about Henry Lawson, and we've also learned a whole lot more, not just from Miranda, but here at this facility about all the research he's been doing. Here he is. He's, of course, been someone who has been seeking out both Miranda and her sister, Oriana, and is, just casually holding them both at gunpoint. Fortunately, we do have at least the reputation to possibly convince him that this is not the right way to go about doing this.
I have no problem with you. I just want Oriana and the research data.
You want a lot.
You get your life in return. How much is that worth?
All right. Take her. But I want out alive. Deal?
Bye-bye.
No deal.
Hey, Miranda.
Did he hurt
How's
you?
it going?
Are you alright? It's okay, Ori. You're safe now.
I'm fine. I want to get out of here.
We will. Give me a minute, okay? Commander Shepard. Fancy meeting you here.
We caught a break. Are you all right?
I'll be fine. Really. I don't know how you managed it, but I'm grateful you're here.
I mean, she says she's fine, but what happened? We saw that Kai Lang was after you, and obviously your father was as well.
How did you do all this?
Finding my father didn't take long once I confirmed he worked for the elusive man. Just had to follow the lies. Once I saw what this place really was, I couldn't just walk away.
Of course.
Things got really complicated when Reapers showed up, and Kai Lang.
You survived. Not many people could do that.
When you mentioned he was involved, I took a few precautions. Probably saved my life.
I mean, you could have had us help. We offered, but you kept on saying, no, I have to do this all myself. I mean, obviously, very, very personal matter, but at the same time, we saw perhaps how close she came to having things go an entirely different way.
Miranda, this whole thing was a huge risk. You should have told me.
You have a war to win, Shepard. This was my fight. It's been a long time coming.
You did it. It's over.
Yes. I just wish my sister didn't have to see all this.
About your father.
I'm glad he's gone, Shepard. I'm sorry if that sounds cold.
No. I understand.
And remember, her loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2
For both of us.
was to rescue her sister from her father.
We can stop running.
Yes. You can. What's our status? Any intel we can use from this place?
The research data is gone, but I've still got basic facility information, like shuttle arrivals and departures, Cerberus included. It's not a direct link, but it's something to work with.
Grab anything you can off the computer. We'll take it back to be analyzed.
I can do better than that.
What?
Before Kai Leng took off, I planted a tracer on him. If you act fast, you'll track him right to the elusive man.
A tracer? Sounds like you thought of everything.
Not quite, but nobody's perfect.
Even Miss Perfect?
This is exactly what we need.
Thought you might need some good news.
Damn right. What's next for you two?
Get her someplace safe. Get the scratch cleaned up.
Okay. I've got to follow all this up.
I'll be in touch, Shepard. Soon.
I hope so.
Come on, Ari. We've had enough of Father's hospitality.
Let's make sure everyone knows about this place.
Communication scrambler disabled.
Listen to me. This is not a refugee camp. This is a Cerberus facility run by my
Cortez,
father,
we need to
Henry
pick up at the
Dawson.
tower.
Roger that.
I've had enough of this place.
And that is a throwback to the line at the end of the Mass Effect 2 mission on Horizon.
I wasn't in favor of your diversion to Sanctuary, Commander. Too many unknowns. But I was wrong. The Cerberus lab you raided hinted at something big, but we never expected this. All those refugees, all that slaughter, just to study indoctrination.
Sanctuary did need to be shut down, sir. What they learned about the Reapers wasn't worth all those lives.
It's useful intel, Commander, but you're right. The cost was too high. Do we have a location on the elusive man?
Yes. We had a tracer on Kai Leng when he reported back.
Good. That gives us a fighting chance to take Cerberus out of this war.
Agreed. We need to end Cerberus and focus on the Reapers.
My thoughts exactly. Hack it out.
Alright, and with that, we complete Horizon and Sanctuary. Get some money in the process, and thankfully, it seems as though Miranda was able to survive what could have been a very dangerous mission because, well, in case you couldn't tell, yeah, depending on a variety, a mixture of choices that you make, it's actually pretty complex, the various things that influence it. Things may not end so well for her at the end of the mission. So much so that there were enough things that put doubt in my mind as to whether we had succeeded or not, that I think we might have had some of you fooled in chat as well. What is all this talk about? Oh, at least there's New Game Plus. No. Okay, we do have some updates to our war assets as well. Looks like those include the Alliance 6th Fleet. The Alliance 6th Fleet was traveling through the Council space when Earth was invaded. The men and women on board watched helplessly as footage of the devastation rolled in. Their last order from Admiral Hackett was to avoid engagement and lay in reserve. After waiting for so long, the 6th Fleet is eager to finally engage the enemy. That's 90 points we didn't have before, so that's certainly a nice pickup. We've ex-Cerberus. And that ex-Cerberus is Miranda Lawson. Miranda Lawson is an ex-Cerberus operative. At Cerberus, her intelligence, dedication, and leadership impressed the elusive man, who assigned her to head the Lazarus cell team that brought Commander Shepard back to life. Lawson brings extensive knowledge of the elusive man's dealings to the Alliance, directing them toward several clandestine Cerberus operations. A skilled shot and a gifted biotic, Lawson is as comfortable in a pitched battle as she is in a boardroom. So... Oh, it's about the saber. Okay. I thought that was a casual little jab, like, well, Miranda's probably dead. At least you can try again on New Game Plus. No. Miranda is safe and sound and has joined the war effort as well, so that's great to see. And, well, as I was saying, peeling back the onion a little bit, yes, I mean, I did outright say it there, yeah, Miranda can die at the end of that mission, in case that wasn't blatantly obvious, based on the various hints to suggest that that might have been the case, and as I said, it's actually pretty complex equation that determines whether or not she will or will not live. Enough so that even though I thought we had done everything in preparation for it, there's a little doubt in the back of my mind of, did I forget something? Hopefully I didn't forget something. But the things to consider are having warned her about Kai Lame before your, what is it? Is it your second meeting with her on the Citadel? Because you remember we talked about Kai Lang with Anderson, and then Anderson sent us an email describing more about Kai Lang, and then we read that email, and you need to do that before you meet with Miranda, because only then can you proceed to warn Miranda about Kai Lang. That's one thing.
Looks at a camp that turns people into husks and goes, yeah, I want to help with that.
The same guy that let Cerberus stick Reaper tech into his skull. Those bastards aren't human anymore.
I mean, they're not wrong. Yeah, but there's other things like, so warning her about Kai Lang, I think it's you either need to do that or you need to do.
It seems Tally's taking what happened on Horizon hard. She's in the lounge if you want to check on her.
Okay, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, I think you either have to warn her about Kai Lang in advance before that meeting, or you have to have done her loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, which obviously requires that you complete Mass Effect 2, whereas if you're going straight to Mass Effect 3, that's not going to be the case. So I think that's an either or. So technically we should have been fine on that front regardless, because obviously we did her loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2. Then, as you're saying, Uriel, if you end your romance with her in Mass Effect 3, then that apparently is reason enough. That's pretty dramatic, but I think technically there's like some, you can be really particular about when and where you end that relationship, and you might be able to circumvent it if you do it early enough. Or it might be like you don't ever actually reject Miranda to her face, but you just pursue a romance with someone else, and in doing so, you leave Miranda on the sideline. You might be able to avoid there, but you're playing with fire a little bit if you go that route. Then, there's also, you might need to, we had 3 missions with her, I think? Or 3 times in which we saw her? Once in sort of the docking area, right at the front of the Citadel. Then the second time in the Spectre office, that's the time where we spoke with her virtually, and that's the time where you need to read the email about Kai Lang beforehand to warn her. Then the third time in the apartments. I think you might need to meet with her all 3 of those times, and the apartments one, I mean, really all of those things are certainly missable, unless you know for a fact that she's going to be there. You could certainly, theoretically, have missed one of those. Then, other than that... Oh, and there's one of the things that made me nervous was apparently, I did not even realize this, but I think in that final conversation with her in the apartments, where she asks for Alliance resources to assist her with whatever she's working on, she's kind of mysterious about it, apparently that can potentially influence it as well, so give her the resources, in case there's any doubt there. And so those, I think, are all of the factors at play. As I said, it's a lot of stuff, and so... For that reason, although I thought we had done everything, I had that little seed of doubt in the back of my mind of, maybe I did forget something. Maybe we did just kill Miranda. I hope not. I certainly hope not. But yeah, the one that I forgot about was I did not know at the time that giving or not giving her that Alliance support could potentially be a factor in determining whether she lives or dies in that mission. And so I was like, I'm pretty sure we gave her the support. But I remember I was kind of thinking about going either way on it.
Got a new message at your private terminal.
Okay, let's read the message and then we will read up, or rather, check in on Tally. We have an Alliance news report on the Quarian fleet. From Alliance News Network Information Partners, Palaven, the Turian hierarchy, one of the most powerful and respected ground forces in the galaxy, are today paying respects to an unlikely ally, the Marines of the Quarian fleet. The weakened immune systems of Quarians normally means their forces are restricted to ships. But when an emergency technical team was required to repair a ground-based comm relay, providing a vital intel to the Turian military, one Quarian squad stepped up. Commanded by squad leader Cal Rieger. That name should ring a bell because we met him in Mass Effect 2. In fact, he was one of the few people who was still alive when we were trying to rescue Tali from Haystrom. And, well, the Quarian team repaired the comm system, then sacrificed their lives, holding the position until Krogan troops arrived. When Turian troops offered to provide evac support, Rieger refused, insisting they could not risk the relay falling. He said multiple breaches to their exosuits made evacuation impossible. We're all dead anyway, Rieger reportedly said. Just make them pay for it. A spokesman for Primarch Victus praised the squad's bravery. Whatever our past politics, today the galaxy stands together against a single threat, Victus said. We are humbled by the sacrifice of our allies from Rannoch, and we promise to return the honor. Wow. Wow. I mean, obviously, as I said, we met Cal Rieger in Mass Effect 2. Actually, not only in the mission on Haystrom, but also Tali's loyalty mission saw him on the Quarian fleet. And so, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. One of the few Quarians, it seemed, who pretty much unconditionally was supportive of Shepard when same could not be said of many of the other Quarians that we met along the way in Mass Effect 2. So, I mean, shame to hear that he met his end, but at the same time, certainly sounds like it was an honorable end, nonetheless.